Good morning, students. This is Gopi Krishna, lecturer in mathematics, K&H Degree College. Now, this is the class for the mathematics of second BSc paper 3, unit 1, class 3. Okay, students. Previously, we have discussed the theorems, 3 theorems, and also we have learned 3 theorems along with the definitions of semi-group, monoid, group, abelian group. We want to know the definition of we want to recollect the definitions. What is semi-group? Semi-group means closure law, associative law. 2 laws must be satisfied in a non-empty set. Then that non-empty set with respect to a binary operation is said to be semi-group. For the monoid, we have 3 laws. Those are closure, associative, identity. For the group, we have 4 laws. Those are closure law, associative law, identity law, and abelian law. For the abelian group, we have 5 laws. Those are closure law, associative law, identity law, inverse law, and also another one is abelian law. These are the definitions, and also we learned that every group has unique identity. The theorem 1 is every group has unique identity. The next one is every group has cancellation laws. That means in a group, cancellation laws holds. That is the theorem 2. What about the theorem 3? In a group, every non-zero element has multiplicative inverse. These 3 theorems we have learned in the previous classes. At present, we are going to the 4th theorem. In the first unit of this group theory, the paper name is Abstract Algebra. What is theorem 4? In a group G, A inverse whole inverse is equal to A for all A belongs to G. Proof. Suppose G dot is group. Now I am taking that G is a group with respect to the binary operation dot. For any element A belongs to G. I am taking an element A belongs to G. What is G? G is a group. Group means it has 4 laws. What are they? Closure law, associative law, identity law, and inverse law. I am using here inverse law. The 4th law is inverse law. By inverse law in G, what is the inverse law? For A belongs to G, there exists A inverse belongs to G such that A inverse is equal to E is equal to A inverse A. What is the operation here? Dot is the operation. Are you observing that? We have taken that G dot is a group. For that only we am taking the operation dot. Okay? Right. Let it be 1. What I am taking that? Let it be 1. Okay, right. Let I am taking that A inverse is B. A inverse is equal to B. That means A inverse belongs to G. Also, in that place B belongs to G. I am applying again inverse law for the element B. For B belongs to G, there exists B inverse belongs to G such that B dot B inverse is equal to E is equal to B inverse dot B. In the first one, we have applied the inverse law for an element A. For A belongs to G, there exists A inverse belongs to G such that A inverse is equal to E is equal to A inverse A. For the second one, I am taking that A inverse as B. For this B, I am applying again inverse law. For B belongs to G, there exists B inverse belongs to G such that B dot B inverse is equal to E is equal to B inverse dot B. What is B? We have taken that B as A inverse. That's why I am substituting B. In that place B, I am substituting A inverse. That means in the place of B, A inverse. In the place of B inverse, in the place of B is A inverse, the whole inverse is there. In the place of B, we applied A inverse, and there is another inverse is there, that was written here, A inverse, whole inverse. A inverse, B means A inverse, B inverse means A inverse whole inverse. E as it is equal to B inverse. Again, what is B? We have taken that B is equal to, what is that? You have to follow the cursor. What is B? B is equal to A inverse. Is it right? A inverse is equal to B. I have taken that. A inverse. B means A inverse. So I am substituting in the place of B is A inverse. That means B inverse means A inverse whole inverse. B is A inverse. A inverse whole inverse. There is another inverse is there. What is B? B is A inverse. I am writing that B inverse as A inverse whole inverse and B as A inverse. Let it be 2. From 1, what is from 1? A inverse is equal to E. Is it right? A inverse is equal to E. Can observe the cursor, that follow the cursor. From 1, this is the 1. What is 1? A inverse is equal to E. I am taking here A inverse is equal to E. What is E from 2? A inverse is as it is. We have written in the next step A dot A inverse is as it is in the LHS part. What about the RHS part? In the place of E, I am using the second bit. What is second bit? What is E is? E is equal to A inverse whole inverse into A inverse. E is equal to A inverse whole inverse into A inverse. I am replacing E with A inverse whole inverse into A inverse. E as A inverse whole inverse into A inverse. This is from 2. Right, if you observe that on the LHS part, A inverse is on right side. On the RHS part is also A inverse on the right side. So we know that from theorem 2, cancellation laws holds in group. That means this is a group, G is a group. That's why I am applying cancellation law. A inverse is on right side, so I am applying right cancellation law. I am cancelling A inverse on both sides by using right cancellation law. What will remains? A will remain same. A inverse cancelled. On the RHS part, A inverse whole inverse remains same. A inverse cancelled. That means A is equal to A inverse whole inverse by cancelling A inverse on both sides. A is equal to A inverse whole inverse. That is the theorem. What we have to prove? Observe that theorem 4 statement. A inverse whole inverse is equal to A. What we have proved here? The same. So hence the theorem, that is in a group G, A inverse whole inverse is equal to A for all A belongs to G. This is a simple theorem. It can be given as a short answer question in our question paper. That means university question paper. Next, theorem 5. What is the statement is, in a group A, B whole inverse is equal to B inverse into A inverse for all A comma B belongs to G. Here G is a group. Here the proof is not fitted in the single page. That's why I have written the proof. That means I have typed the proof on 2 screens. This is the screen 1. That means proof. Page 1 of 2 means total 2 pages are there. In the 2 page, this is the page 1. Page 1 of 2 pages. This is the meaning of this one. Okay, right. What is that? What is the statement? In a group, AB whole inverse is equal to B inverse A inverse for all A comma B belongs to G. Okay, right? Suppose G dot is a group. I am taking that G dot is a group. Or you can write that given G dot is a group is also, because in a group he is mentioned that G. That's why. If it is not mentioned, then we have to write it. That's why I have written that suppose G dot is group. For the 2 elements A comma B belongs to G. Let B inverse A inverse as C. I am taking that B inverse A inverse is equal to C. Now I am taking that AB into C. What is AB into C? What happens? AB into C. AB as is. C means what you have taken that? B inverse A inverse. I am replacing C with B inverse A inverse. Okay, right. By applying all the elements A, B, A inverse, B inverse, all the elements are in G. What is G? G is a group. Group means it satisfies 4 laws. What are they? Closure law, associative law, identity law, inverse law. Can you repeat it? What is that? Closure law, associative law, identity law, inverse law. In these 4 laws, I am using the second law, that is associative law. What is that associative law? For this step, I am interchanging the brackets. A dot B into B inverse. it written as A into B dot B inverse. For these three elements, I am rearranging the brackets. A, B, B inverse, A, B, B inverse on the same order. First element A, second element B, third element B inverse. Here is also first element A, second element B, third element B inverse. For these three elements, I am applying associative law. That means AB into B inverse as A into BB inverse. First two element bracket is changed to second two elements bracket. Okay, right. What is BB inverse? What is BB inverse? By inverse law, BB inverse can be written as E, but if you observe that, what is that? A into BB inverse into A inverse by associative law. What is BB inverse? BB inverse is E by inverse law. BB inverse is equal to E. A is as it is, BB inverse is equal to E, and A inverse is as it is. That is A dot E. What happens? E is the identity. A dot E will give A because E is the identity. A dot E is equal to A written, and A inverse is as it is in the next step. Because E is the identity. It can be said that by identity law, or E is the identity element, whatever it may be the reason, you have right to on the right side of each and every step. But what is A dot A inverse? A dot A inverse is E, again by inverse law. Correct. What happens totally? LHS AB into C. What about RHS is equal to E? That means AB into C is equal to E. I am taking it as 1. Now I am going to the second page, page 2 of 2. That means the same theorem. I am giving the another slide, that is page 2. That is, now I am doing that C into AB. Previously we have done AB into C. Now we are doing C into AB. What is C? What is C here? C is B inverse, A inverse. Now I replace C with B inverse, A inverse, and AB is as it is. C replaces B inverse, A inverse, AB is as it is. Now applying for these last three elements, A inverse, A, B, I am applying the associative law. What is associative law? The elements are in the same place, but brackets will be interchanged. That means B inverse as it is for these three elements, the brackets are for the last two elements, but I am by using the associative law, because G is a group. Group means four laws will be satisfying. Again, I am repeating the group definition. What are the four laws in a group? Closure law, associative law, identity law, inverse law. I am using the second law, that is associative law, now for these three elements, A inverse A, B. What is A inverse A? A inverse into AB becomes A inverse A into B by associative law. Now what is A inverse A? B inverse as it is written in the next step. What is A inverse A? By inverse law, A inverse A means E. Now B is as it is in the next step. What about the E dot B? E dot B, E is the identity, E dot B gives B. B will comes out as this. B inverse is as this, and E dot B is B because E is the identity element. By identity law, I have written on the right side. What is B inverse B? Again by inverse law, B inverse B is equal to E. What you have here, what you have got here, C into AB is equal to E. C into AB is equal to E. Let it be 2. From 1 and 2, what is 1? What is 1 here? AB into C is equal to E. I have written here AB into C is equal to E. From 2, what is E? E is equal to C into AB. E is equal to C into AB. That means C is, AB is multiplying on right side with C. AB is multiplying on the left side with C. In both cases, the result is E. What is E? E is the identity. That means C is called inverse of AB. What is the inverse of AB? What is the inverse of AB here? C is the inverse of AB. What is C? Inverse of AB. AB inverse is equal to C. What is C? What you have taken? C means B inverse, A inverse. That means AB whole inverse as it is. C means B inverse, A inverse. We have C is equal to B inverse, A inverse. We have substituted that value. That means totally AB whole inverse is equal to B inverse, A inverse. You can go to the statement in the theorem 5 that we have to prove AB whole inverse is equal to B inverse A inverse in the red color. Theorem 5, top cursor, you have to follow the cursor. AB whole inverse is equal to B inverse A inverse. That was proved. Hence, the theorem that is in a group, AB whole inverse is equal to B inverse A inverse for all A comma B belongs to G. Now, we are going to the sixth theorem. What is the statement? In a group G, G is abelian. G is abelian. Means AB whole square is equal to A square B square. Are you observe the statement? Observe that suppose in a group G, G is abelian if and only if AB whole square is equal to A square B square for all A comma B belongs to G. We have to take that commonly G is a group. We have to prove that if G is abelian, then AB whole square is equal to A square B square. AB whole square is equal to A square B square. Then we have to prove G is abelian. If we take LHS, we have to prove RHS. If we take RHS for totally AB whole square is equal to A square B square, then we have to prove G is abelian. That means from left side to right side is called necessary condition. Then we say that from right side to left side is called sufficient condition. We have a theorem here, there is a necessary and sufficient condition. For the both conditions, there is a common point is G is a group. Now, for that proof, suppose G dot is a group. I am taking it suppose that, but it is clearly given that G is a group. Oh, so you can write it as given G dot is a group. Now I am proving the necessary condition. What is necessary condition? From left side to right side. We have to take left side part and we have to prove the right side part. What is left side part? G is abelian. What is that? G is abelian. We have to take G is abelian and we want to prove this condition, that is AB whole square is equal to A square B square. For that, I am taking that G is abelian in the necessary condition. Suppose G is abelian. What is the abelian law? A dot B is equal to B dot A. You know that. What is abelian? A dot B is equal to B dot A. B is equal to BA. I have written in the bracket that abelian condition. Now we want to prove this right side condition. You have to follow the students. All of you want to follow the cursor. AB whole square is equal to A square B square. That's what we want to prove. For that, I am taking that LHS part AB whole square. We can write AB whole square into AB into AB. Because A square can be written as A into A. B square can be written as B into B. Similarly, AB whole square can be written as AB into AB. I am applying these three elements associative law. A, B, A. Brackets will be changed. A into BA in single bracket, B in outside by associative law. Because G is abelian and also it is a group. Group means closure, associative, identity, inverse. That's why in that associative I am using here. B dot A. BA can be written as A dot B. A is as it is in the next step and BA is written as A dot B. BA into A dot B. Because we have in the taken necessary condition that suppose G is abelian. What is abelian? AB can be written as BA, BA can be written as AB. Here BA is written as AB because G is abelian and B is as it is in the next step. Now I am again using associative law, that is A dot A into B dot B in the next step. A dot AB into B can be written as A dot A in one bracket and B dot B in the other bracket. What is A into A? A square. What is B into B? B square. Totally what happens? In the RHS, AB whole square. What is in the RHS? Is equal to A square B square. Totally AB whole square is equal to A square B square. This is the condition what we have to prove in the theorem 6 statement, which is on the red color. Kindly follow the cursor. Okay, right. Now I am going to the next one, that is sufficient condition. Sufficient means RHS part. We have to take RHS part and we want to prove LHS part. That means we are taking AB whole square is equal to A square B square and we have to prove G is abelian. That means in the sufficient condition, I am taking that suppose AB whole square is equal to A square B square. Suppose AB whole square is equal to A square, B square. We want to prove that G is abelian. We prove that G is abelian. Abelian means we want to prove that A dot B is equal to B dot A. Okay, what we have taken? AB whole square is equal to A square, B square. We have AB whole square is equal to A square, B square. AB whole square can be written as AB into AB. In the RHS part, A square can be written as A into A. B square can be written as B into B. Now I applied for these elements associative law because G is a group. G group means there is a second law, associative law side space. I applied this associative law for these elements. That means A into BA in the on bracket and B is an outside. Here is also I am applied the associative law. That means A outside into AB, B is an outside. If you observe that on both sides, A is on left side and B is on right side. We know that in group cancellation law holds. That means both right cancellation law and left cancellation law both will be applied. How I am using the both cancellation laws. By left cancellation law A was cancelling and B by right cancellation law B is cancelling. That means A and B both are cancelled by left and right cancellation laws. That means the only remaining part is B dot A is here and here is A dot B because A was cancelled and right side B was cancelled. There is the remaining part is B dot A is equal to A dot B, which is a abelian law. What is abelian? A dot B is equal to B dot A. Here is this is what I have shown, that A dot B is equal to B dot A. That means G is abelian. I have taken this condition AB whole square is equal to A square B square. We got G is abelian. That means sufficient condition is also over. Therefore, hence the theorem, that is, hence in a group G, G is abelian if and only if AB whole square is equal to A square B square for all A comma B belongs to, what is that? We prove that hence in a group G, G is abelian if and only if AB whole square is equal to A square B square for all A comma B belongs to G. Thus the theorem was proved. We have learned that three theorems in this class. So students, we observed your notes in the class beginning. Now for these theorems also I can observe these three theorems will be noted, must be noted in your notes. I am posting these three theorems in the PDF file format in your WhatsApp group. So you have to write down the notes, these three theorems also. I will check in the next class. Okay students, bye.